Michael K. Williams is a multi-Emmy nominated actor. He is one of those who has had a few roles of a lifetime. Well, Williams is best known for playing Omar Little, the wily antagonist of drug dealers on HBO's The Wire, and the racketeer Chalky White. Ooh, loved him on Boardwalk Empire. He was also nominated for playing Bessie Smith's husband in the HBO biopic Bessie alongside Queen Latifah. Now Williams is starring as Bobby McCray, the father of one of the 5 New York City teenagers convicted in the 1989 attack of a jogger in Central Park, for the upcoming series on Netflix titled When They See Us.
Kevin Richardson said you raped a lady in the park.
What? No,
wait a minute. Wait a second. That is not possible. This is my son.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about. That
Okay. What are we?
Kevin says it did.
Wait. Who's Kevin?
Michael K. Williams, we are just thrilled to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You play Bobby McCray, as we said. You're the father of Antron. And what is so tragic about your character's story is that he's the person that tells him to confess to something he did not do.
Yes.
That had to be incredibly gut-wrenching as an actor to play.
Yes, it was gut-wrenching as an actor, but more so as a parent.
Yeah.
You know, I don't understand. Well, today, it's easy for me to sit back and say, I don't understand how he can do that. Mm-hmm. However, you know, the circumstances, the lack of information, they're of how the system works and what was legal to what was not accurate, that mixed with the fear of they instilled in him with, you know, the threats of...
The police threatened the father basically to expose to his job he'd been in jail.
Absolutely.
And so the father was terrified and told the son to confess.
Absolutely.
So they put him in a horrible position.
In a horrible position. And you know, it was the ignorance. He actually believed when they told him that, you know, if you get your son to just, you know, go along with the story, you all get to go home.
Yeah.
This is something, you were in New York at the time when this actually happened, and this is what has been so interesting to talk to some people about. What do you remember from that time that you then could sort of take to this as you were playing this role?
You know, I remember the fear.
Yeah.
That's the main thing I remember. I remember not, you know, looking on the news, hearing what they were being accused of, having only to go on what I was being fed, and when, you know, I heard that they confessed, but then when I looked at them, I saw myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were in your 20s then, right?
I was in 21, 22,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and you know,
So this could be me.
this easily could have been me.
Yeah.
You know, but I also felt the fear of not wanting to be generalized, not wanting to be lumped in with whatever they said these kids were doing.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about these kids, these 5 young men, you look at them, it's such a hard story to tell, beautifully told. But what did you take away from this?
For me, I took away just how easily that could have been my family. Mm-hmm. And what can I do today to prevent that?
And the hope of these young men, this resilient spirit.
Well, their ability to move on and to grow, the bond that they share together is none like none of us can understand. But for me, the way I wanted to honor them, to show how much I appreciate what they've gone through and what they've overcome, is by doing my part to make sure that we start to create the narrative, that we start to change what happened, because there has to be accountability, obviously, on the police and our lawmakers' side. There has to be accountability there. That was wrong. As from a man from my community that looks like the community where they came from, it's my accountability to better educate myself, better inform myself with the way things work, and to get to know my local politicians and my local police officers and make sure that they know me and they hear my voice.
We should say, by the way, the city of New York never apologized to those 5 kids.
Absolutely
But
not.
I want to get to one thing quickly.
No one came forth and said, I'm sorry for what you men went through. No one.
And
we mentioned that you played Omar on The Wire, which President Obama said was his favorite character in the show. What did you think when you heard that?
I had to grow up. It was frightening. I wasn't living my best life at that time, and here goes the future president of the United States, singling me out for something that I had done that he it was a little like, whoa. So but what it did was it set me on my journey. I said, well, wait a minute, if this politician, is watching The Wire and can understand my character, who is he?
Right.
Because up until that point, I was a grown man on television who thought my voice didn't matter.
Yeah.
So I wasn't involved in my community. I didn't think that my input mattered.
You saw
Your
power
voice
you didn't know you had.
Yeah.
I started to change.
Yeah.
And we see that in this series. I got a chance to watch it. It's must-see for everyone.
It's really powerful.
Thank
really
you so
powerful.
much for being here. Episode 1 of When They See Us premieres Friday on Netflix.